Hey, we're back for our second podcast, and we're here with Miss Susan Chernetz, and we're so happy to have her here. She's a former patient of ours at Lewy Physical Therapy, and I think actually she might be coming back to PT here at Lewy Physical Therapy. But also we're here with Luke.
Yes.
Our main man, marketing guy, social media man, a little bit of everything at Lewy Physical Therapy. We're so glad to have Susan. So Susan, thanks for being here.
Hey, Susan.
Thank you.
And just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and some history.
I feel like I'm from Louisiana. I was born in Florida, but married here, and I've been taught for 40 years here in music. And,
Oh, wow.
Really?
It's an elementary music teacher in EBR, but I also taught in Maryland and New Orleans prior to coming here in 75. And we've been here since then. My husband and I just celebrated our 50th anniversary, so
That's
in February.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
So being music, do you sing?
No, I'm not a singer.
So
I've been
you're
in
looking to do a
choirs
duet.
my whole life, but I was a piano player. But
right.
I sang. I sing all the time, and my voice is kind of messed up now. Being
Sounds
older,
beautiful to
but,
me.
At Lewy PT, we used to have a piano player here every Friday. He'd play
Oh,
for
yeah?
patients.
On the lobby, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get him back. We stopped with COVID, but we need to get him back to playing for us.
Yeah. Well,
Patients,
luckily,
music and therapy go hand in hand.
yes.
Yes,
Oh,
it does.
Yeah. Music
Very healing.
therapy, for sure.
Oh, it really does.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about why you started coming to therapy. I know you came a few years ago as well. But tell us a little bit about your history and physical therapy and your experience here at Lewy PT.
Well, I was started here in 2013, and with Brian after I had broke my arm at
How'd you break your arm?
just slipped and fell on my patio, retreating
Yeah,
from
tile.
retreating from a bee, and I was watering.
Oh.
We were watering plants. My grandson and I were watering plants, and when the bee flew right at me, I backed up, stepped in water, and bam!
Did it
And
sting you
just
too?
fell. No, it didn't
Okay.
sting me.
You at
I
least
would have
avoided the
rather
sting.
been stung than broke my arm at
Right.
this point. But that's what caused that. And luckily it was a high break in the high shoulder, and I went to Dr. Green. He said, "You're fine. Just don't move it for 2 weeks and then start physical therapy." And that's where Brian came in. Very painful physical therapy.
Yeah, because normally when you immobilize like that, you get stiff shoulders, muscles get
the
stiff.
range of motion was,
gets-
and Brian was the only one. There were some other techs that tried to help me, and I'd have to call Brian.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
over here, Brian.
He had the touch.
Yeah, well, he did. He could stretch my arm out. I guess I'm a bigger person, so some of these little girls could do it. And I thought, Brian, get over here. And he definitely got it going. And I only was here for about, I think we did, how many weeks was I here? 10 weeks.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I was done, and I was fine.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. No
And then
surgery
good until 2018.
What happened then?
Well, I have a long history of cancer, so I started cancer in 2007, and I've lost 2 sisters now to cancer. My brother has cancer, so it's something that evidently
Is it the
runs.
same type or is it different?
No. My older sister and I both had breast cancer, and my other sister and brother have lung cancer.
Okay.
So my oldest sister that just died from that this month, as a matter of fact. So
sorry to hear
in
that, yeah.
Seattle. So, but the breast cancer, I never had any physical therapy for that. And I had a mastectomy, but I didn't have any problem with my arm or anything.
Swelling,
and
fluid, or
no.
Good.
Well, I definitely had fluid. They had drains that were supposedly going to be there for a couple of weeks. I ended up having drains put in and out for 3 months. So my
Wow.
body likes to throw fluid at stuff.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which is what I'm having a problem with now with my leg. But anyway, the breast cancer was no problem. I had Opdivo immunotherapy for a year, and no problem with that. And I've been clear since then. But in the meantime, 2 years after the breast surgery, I had leg melanoma.
Oh, wow.
And then that recurred in my thigh in 2018, and that's what brought me here again.
Man, you've just been through it.
Yeah, in the thigh, they took the lymph glands out. It's about a foot incision from my groin all the way up. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So that made your muscles weak and your left leg.
Oh, yeah, and there's no drainage in that leg, so I have to wear compression stockings almost around the clock with that leg. And sometimes I'll try to, forget it one day and just get some air.
Yeah, sure.
And I pay for it. And then my leg just blows up, so especially my thigh.
Yeah.
So just your left leg? Just your left leg?
Yes.
Wow.
But
so with physical therapy, we were treating you for strengthening for your left leg and range of
Right.
motion.
And I'm sure the aquatic therapy helps with the. Do you do aquatic therapy with the compression and whatnot, or?
I did after I had the leg surgery. I went for about more than that. It's about 2-3 months to Baton Rouge General Lymphedema Clinic, and I went for that two times a week, I think. And they put you in this big suit that blows up and pushes all the fluid out, and that was quite helpful. But then I progressed off of that, and I went right into Lewy's from there. And the pool therapy has been a godsend. That was really the heat and being able to be weightless and be able to move really got my mobility back to where I could get back to the gym. I had been going to Spectrum twice a week. Yeah. And of course that stopped with the leg thing. But I was able to, after about two months here, I was able to get back to Spectrum and start walking and
That's amazing.
Yeah, you're so right about the pool, because that warm water allows you to move freer. So you take stress off the joints.
Right.
When the temperature's what, 92?
92. And we have where you have deep water, where you can actually hang in the water and do like functional exercise without putting stress on your joints.
Exactly.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And they always say, "Oh, do the elliptical." When I was at the gym, and the elliptical was the one that killed my knees. I can't do the elliptical. I can do the treadmill and the bicycle, but not the elliptical. But then I found out there is an elliptical that, that's angled back, and that one I can do. But the one that's just
it's kind of forward, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just messed me up.
And the pool gives you, I think, confidence to do exercise. A lot of patients can't do stuff on land, but they get in the water, they're like, I can do exercises. So I'm feeling better in the pool, and they don't want to come back to therapy because they find a place you can actually work out and without stressing your joints out.
Yeah, there's no anxiety.
Even now, they still want me to come and do the land exercises every once in a while, and I am in pain the next day after that.
It's a different type of exercise.
And there's certain exercises I just can't do with because in between all this, from the broken arm and the leg surgery, I've gotten arthritis in my knees. I injured my knee back in 2002. I fell at work and injured my right knee, but my left knee is actually worse than my right knee. So,
well, you fell at work. I was about to say, if you fell at the house again, I was about to go pull up the tile myself.
No.
I thought it was gonna be the tile again. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. My husband got a big special deal on that tile.
Oh, good deal.
Outside the patio. I said, well, you paid for that special deal. And
You paid for that. Yeah.
That's
no.
So when you fall at work, did you? No surgery, nothing like that.
What was the story there?
They took me to
X-rays?
and do X-rays, and I was fine. It was just I had to elevate my leg and keep ice on it. And so I was at work teaching music, sitting in a chair with an ice pack on my knee.
You're a trooper. You're a trooper.
Conducting, That's
good.
Of course, it's elementary music, so but they're very physical in elementary, so not just singing.
I'm trying to think of a movie back in like the 90s or 80s. It was about a teacher. It was a music instructor, short guy, older guy. It was. I know you said it. And his son was deaf. God, I forgot the name. Oh, I think it was.
But it sounds like a beautiful story. I mean,
y'all keep talking.
Okay. How long were you a music teacher for? You said.
30 years in EBR, but prior to that, I was a private piano teacher.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when I first moved to New Orleans in 72, I started teaching piano. And I'd already taught a year in Maryland prior to that.
Okay.
And then I taught a couple of years in not a public school, but a private school, Marjorie Walters private school in New Orleans. I taught there for almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years, and then you went to EBR.
Then we moved to Baton Rouge, and that's when I got a job with EBR.
And you guys, your husband's from Florida, so what?
He's from Louisiana. I'm from Florida.
Oh, you're from Florida.
What part of Florida?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that.
Pensacola.
Oh,
Navy
right.
brat.
Oh,
nice. And your husband didn't say, Susan?
Well, we met at Loyola University Music School.
Oh, wow.
He's a trumpet player.
Okay. So. You guys are artists, just two
Back to
artists.
the movie.
Oh, yeah. I saw Danny raising his hand.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh yeah.
Richard
Oh
Dreyfuss.
yeah.
You guys check
Richard
that out.
Dreyfuss.
Holland.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Holland's Opus. Y'all check that
That's a
out.
great movie.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I watched that movie before.
He
Yeah.
was teaching just like she does.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Well, he was older kid, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I never did well with the older kids. They're too talk back.
Talk back.
They know it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
could
tend
say
to know it all.
no talking, and
And they would listen.
Right.
the
Yeah.
little kids.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, but therapy at Lewy PT, you progressed with your knees, or you?
I did in 2018 after coming for just I forget from August 18 to July 19. There was
August.
oh
2.
no that was my immunotherapy. It was
Gotcha.
after that. I forgot to write it down. Oh, it's November of 2019 to March to 2020 when the pandemic hit. That's when I stopped coming, but I was doing very well because I had been through the lymphedema therapy at Baton General, and then I came to Louis and was able to get mobility and start treadmilling again and
Gaining
actually
function.
getting
Yeah.
some movement back and strength back in my leg. And so I was able to go back to Spectrum twice a week then.
Right.
And I was doing Louis and Spectrum
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
right up until the pandemic hit, and then everything stopped.
Right.
And then comes the weight gain. Sitting at home, not doing anything.
That's common.
And I have gained too much weight, so
I think everybody has, especially
Yeah.
during the pandemic.
And
Yeah.
then what was that? It puts more stress on your knees.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I talked my general practitioner and my oncologist into recommending physical therapy again for me
Right.
when we felt it was safe to come back. And he said, definitely do that. And so I came in December, this past December, and had an evaluation and basically started my therapy then. And since then, here's January, February, and the beginning of March here. And March is almost over now,
Yes.
isn't it? Gosh. So
Easter
3 months.
break.
I've
The
had about
24th,
3
yeah.
months of therapy now, and coming three times a week at the beginning, and now it's I think 2 times a week. And I'm very happy with the results so far. I still haven't lost weight, but I'm feeling like I'm ready to maybe start walking again and maybe getting back to more exercise. If I can work back into that, that's what's going to help me lose the weight, I think. And
Oh yeah,
So
100%.
you have a lot of pain right now with your knees or your hips or any kind of
my
pain?
hips and my knees are definitely giving. My hips recently have been my left hip for some reason is a big problem. So I don't know if that's something new, but I'm about to have a bunch of more tests in June.
Right.
CTs and all that stuff that my oncologist does now just once a year. So,
But it's so great as long as you stay mobile, exercise, and especially
That's
in
the
the
key.
water. That's just making your muscles stronger, which takes stress off the joints. So it's
Yeah.
a good thing.
right.
But you gotta know your body too. When you start hurting a bit more, maybe back off a little bit. And ice is always good to do
Yeah.
at the end of the day for your joint pain.
It seems like the aquatic aspect has been the key for you. Is that
It
right?
has. It has.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one reason I chose Louis over anybody else. Was, because they have a physical therapy at Spectrum that my husband went to.
Right.
But that he transferred over. Once he tried the pool, he liked the pool too. And
Yeah.
Before the pandemic hit, he and I both were coming.
Right.
And that was kind of a fiasco in the pool with him. But,
Yeah. He brought his floaties or something?
oh
or
yeah,
what
he's,
was the
no, he's
deal?
just a character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay.
He should bring his trumpet here, play his trumpet rallies.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he could start gigging at Louis. He could take
Yeah.
therapy at Louis.
Well, the odd thing about that is we met at LSU. We met at Loyola,
Loyola, yeah, right.
Loyola Music School. And 3 years into our marriage, he puts his trumpet down and starts selling Encyclopedia Britannica. And then from there's a history of different sales jobs. And
Yeah.
I said, I thought I married a trumpet player.
Yeah, you
Now
did.
you're doing this. But since he's retired, he's picked up his trumpet again.
That's
and
awesome.
he's playing every day. I make him play in the garage, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
until he gets better,
He's a little rusty.
yeah, still sounds like a moose dying or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I'm
fun.
sure your neighbors do they love you guys, your neighbors?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're
They-
totally fine. They're like, that's
they're
Carl.
totally
He's
fine
just
with
playing.
it, yeah.
What's your husband's name?
Jay.
Jay. Okay, that's
Shout out
Jay.
to Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, we love you. Keep playing the trumpet.
He's a character.
Do you still play the piano? Like, because I know music teacher, but do you still play like personally?
I have limited ability now because I'm starting to get arthritis in my joints and my wrists, so that's a problem. But it actually isn't too uncomfortable to play. But I have vision. I'm telling you, my body's just falling apart.
Don't say that. Don't say that. No, you just got to drink
Yeah,
water.
you'll be a warrior to get old. She's a warrior, though.
Yeah.
This year
Yeah,
I'm
she's
supposed to
been
have.
a
I'll
warrior.
probably have the what do you call it?
The surgery for the eye surgery.
Yeah.
Cataracts?
Cataract
Cataract
surgery. That's
surgery.
what I need, and so it's limiting my ability to see the.
Right.
The
I'm
music
a
and
no
whatnot.
reader for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I don't just improvise.
You don't just do
Jay
that.
is an improviser.
Yeah.
For me. Trumpet
Jazz.
players, yeah.
Is he jazz? He does jazz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite piano player or anybody in particular?
Actually, I like B.B. King.
Oh,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
his style, and who's the one that
Like
sang?
Elton John or
Yeah, Elton John is
Billy
good,
Joel,
too.
too.
Billy
Yeah.
Joel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Billy.
yeah.
He's great.
he is great.
But there was a piano player that I don't actually know if this is the same person. That his name is John Williams. I mean, John Williams.
He's a movie orchestra.
Yeah, but when I was in college
Mm-hmm.
in 66, 67, he had a concert in New Orleans, and it was John Williams, the piano concert performer. And
I think it's the same guy as a movie
I'm wondering if
score.
it's the same. I've never really put it
Yeah.
in my head if he's
Can-
the
yeah.
same person, but he was a concert pianist. His name was John Williams.
That's awesome.
So I'm wondering if it's the same guy. If he is a concert pianist, just turned movie producer, you know?
Yeah.
But his music is fine.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favorites.
Does he sing or he just plays?
No, just plays.
Okay, so you hear the tone through the, sometimes people are like, does he sing? And if they don't, they're out. But you hear
Yeah.
all aspects.
Now, when I hear my favorite music is actually a cappella singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Home Free is a group, and there's another group that's like that. It's
Really?
like 4 or 5 people,
Like almost like a barbershop quartet type.
but
Yeah.
it's contemporary music.
Yeah.
So you
know,
like, are you a fan of, is it the Pentatonics?
Pentatonics?
Yeah.
They're like the Pentatonics,
Yes.
but it's 4 guys with one guy. There's a 5th guy that does percussion, body
Yeah,
percussion. Yeah.
The beatboxing?
And
Yeah.
he can
Oh,
make a
that was low-key
harmonica.
brag.
He can do harmonica, and you swear it's a harmonica.
Oh, wow.
Because they
What's
do
the name of it?
Man of Constant Sorrow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And it's a fine rendition of that. I mean, it's hard to beat the movie version.
What's
of
their name
that.
again? The group?
Home
Homegrown?
Free. I
Home
think.
Free. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to look
and
them up.
it's a lot like Pentatonics. They're great. I love them.
Okay.
And my daughter is a musician in South Carolina,
Nice.
and she's a music director in a.
It's in the blood for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her voice is gorgeous. See, I never had a voice.
What
close
style
to
of
that.
singing? Is it opera or?
She wanted to be an opera singer really bad. And it's funny, she went to audition to get into LSU Music School, and she went in and sang an opera rendition of something she had heard from Victor Borga. I don't know if you know Victor Borga. He's the comedian that falls off the piano bench
Okay.
and does all that
I've heard-
stuff. And
Are you
Very
familiar?
funny.
You know
The
Victor?
name.
Okay.
and he does a spoof on opera, where he has an opera singer comes in, he falls off the bench when she starts singing, and all
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well, anyway, she sang one of his pieces, and they said, "Where did you learn to sing like that?" She never had voice lessons. She just sang in a lot of choirs,
Yeah.
from like grade 4 all the way through high school.
She kind of figured it
And
out for herself.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she had excellent choir directors who were vocal coaches.
Yeah.
But when they asked her why she chose that, she told them she had heard it on Victor Borga
Huh.
Oh, nice.
and just taught herself the piece.
That's
So
pretty good, impressive.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
good.
and they
So
got
she
a,
did
they
she
got a good laugh.
Did she
out
go to
of it.
LSU school?
Oh,
of
yeah.
music? Oh, okay, great.
Graduated from
Okay,
there, yeah.
okay, that's awesome. And opera's hard too. A lot of diaphragm work, a lot of breath support.
Yes.
Give us a
Uh,
little bit.
say it again?
Sing a little opera for us.
No way. That's the thing. I'm not an opera singer. I'm more of like a whisper singer. I don't know. No, I don't know. But that's
Anyway,
awesome.
What's
I'm
up?
very, very thankful to
who would you-
Louise for.
If
for-
somebody out there has knee pain, or what would you tell somebody thinking about physical therapy, what they should do?
Oh, I definitely brag about the pool all the time.
Awesome.
All the time. I tried to get my sister in Seattle to go, and she
go
did
to
fine.
Lewy?
No,
You gotta
she's-
fly down here. No,
We need
I'm
to
just
improve our marketing.
yeah.
She did find a pool therapy, but it wasn't a
Different.
hot pool. It was just an indoor pool.
It's like a cold
It
pool,
wasn't-
30
yeah.
degrees. No, I don't know.
I don't know what degrees it was, but she did do well with the
Good.
being in the water
Mhm.
and being able to move and
Be mobile and
right.
Mhm.
But the warm water for therapy does have benefits, just being warm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Increases
Just
blood flow.
getting
and
in
whatnot.
Makes
Yeah.
your
is-
tissues up, makes your tissues looser.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel better.
Exactly. Yeah,
So it
that's
is
what I
benefits
like
warm
about
water.
it is the heat. And I don't like to put ice on things. You know, they
Mhm.
say, "Oh, put ice on your."
I'm an ice proponent though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good for your joint inflammation, but
Yeah.
I know, but patients say that a lot. Patients
Right.
don't like ice because it makes it sometimes it constricts the muscle.
Yeah.
But
Right, well,
it's
it's a give
good
and
when-
take. Sometimes you want the blood flow for healing
Right.
process, and
Well, my leg also has the nerve damage from the surgery,
So I-
and so
irritates
my
it.
leg was totally numb for a while, and
Yeah.
now it's like half numb, which is actually kind of worse. It feels like you've been frozen and you're thawing out.
wow, what a
That
feeling.
feeling.
Oh my gosh, I
And
hate
it's
that feeling.
electrical shocks sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of pain in my thigh from that,
Mm.
and I'll tell them that when I come to therapy, and they'll kind of lighten up on the leg exercises and give me some more arm and
Yeah.
or vary what they do with the leg. And Brittany has been great.
This is
Brittany and
great.
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah. Oh,
Have-
they're
And that's
awesome.
another thing about therapy. We customize. We always
Yes.
customize patients.
They always ask me how
Programs,
I'm feeling,
how
if
they
I have
feel.
any pain today, and they immediately adjust and maybe just changing the order of the exercises.
Right.
And
Right.
it makes a big difference. Like if I had some problem with the hip, she'd put me on some stretches first instead of doing
Right.
kicks.
That's a
Right.
good point.
And it was excellent. That
Because
really made a difference.
there's no cookie cutter approach to therapy. Everybody's different. Everybody comes in with a different type of situation. So you got to
Different pain
be able
thresholds
to
and-
be liquid.
Yes,
Right.
change your approach
absolutely.
for everybody on the door. So
Right.
that's what we do. So
Right. So it was Brian originally, and then Victoria helped me in 2018, and it's been Amanda and Brittany
yeah,
this
that's
time.
great.
So I'm so appreciative. They've all been really good.
Well, thanks again so much for hanging out with us.
Well, thank
just
you.
talking
Yeah.
to-
Thank
Maybe
you.
we'll see you in the lobby one day playing the piano.
Yeah, y'all get the piano going. That would be
will.
great.
Yeah. Oh, wait, don't mess with Danny.
Baby
He'll
Grant,
do it.
huh?
Oh, baby Grant?
Baby, well, now you're kind of getting out of our. We got to check the marketing budget and
It might not be a
see what we got going on. Maybe a keyboard or something.
keyboard.
Yeah, I'm still
Keyboard.
waiting for mine at home.
Thank you.
again.
Thank you for being here, Susan.
Okay. Bye, Susan.